I'm trying to get the focus here, but it's not working. I'm just going to show you a few of the highlights here that you need to look at. These ridges that repeat along with these up here. All of these images, these patterns are not just pixels. Pixels do not arrange themselves in these types of patterns. These are something like electronics and or mechanics in the sun and the moon. And I'm going to ask you, hold on, let me grab my pen, to watch the original for much greater clarity. But these right here, this looks like a square microchip. The ridges around the edge here, these equidistant ridges that are all the same shape, that pattern is not pixels, okay? You can think what you want and you can tell yourself whatever you want in order to make yourself feel better. But if you're willing to face the truth, these patterns are not pixels. I've even considered the idea that maybe I'm looking back into the phone or something, or looking deeper into the monitor. And seeing the inner workings of the electronics on the inside of the monitor, or of Richie's, see these ridges right here? We're going to zoom in on that microchip looking square cube part. Along with the rest of this, it's not pixels. It's like it's seeing into another dimension, or the walls of the holodeck. There you go. That's not pixels. Zero chance. Focus, please. Hold on, we're gonna pause it right there. These equidistant parallel lines, along with these equidistant parallel lines, along with all the 90-degree angles, along with particularly these ridges right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think we missed the first one, 11. Likewise, when you zoom in on one of these corners, you'll see very similar repetitive patterns. This is not pixels. Pixels do not arrange themselves in these types of patterns. These are indicative of intelligent design. Whatever this is we're looking at, pixels do not arrange themselves in such patterns. But if that's what you need to tell yourself to keep your world intact, because you're not able to let go of your old world in order to grasp the reality that we're now going to be given to us, then you do you. And I was not worried about convincing anyone of anything, so I didn't show much of the sequence of how I zoomed in and got these images. All I did was keep doing the zoom and contrast. Once I came to these images, that's the ones that I saved. I didn't save all the ones along the way that I went through in order to get to this point where I zoom in and run the contrast and take a screenshot, and then zoom in and run the contrast and take a screenshot, zoom in and run the contrast and take a screenshot, and eventually you end up with this image. I didn't save all the steps along the way or make a video showing you all the steps along the way. I was not concerned with convincing anyone of anything. I was recording what I was being shown. And this is what you get. That is not pixels. That is something like a computer chip in the moon. From RFB video. Okay, what we just watched was part 1. This will be part 2, and for whatever reason, it's allowing me to play it in this format where I don't have to show it to you sideways. This is actually vertical the way it goes, but you're losing a little bit of clarity, so watch the original. It's only 2 minutes, 27 seconds long. And here we go. Starts out with the moon, but I don't show you the sequences of how we get from there to here. Again, you are losing some clarity by filming from phone to phone. So the originals do have greater detail, resolution. This is, I can show you the spot on the moon that I zoomed into. On the third one, you'll be able to see me show a sequence as we zoom out away from the moon to be able to see exactly what spot I was zoomed into on the moon. These same type of geometric patterns were repeated in the portal on the cathedral that I zoomed into, and in the sun, where I zoom into images of the sun. That's what we will watch next. What the hell is this? This is one of the images that I came to after running the zoom and contrast in looking at the moon. Looks like a shimmering serpent. But hey, you know, you can just tell yourself it's just pixels. Yeah, it's just pixels. You better come up with a better explanation than that. I don't know what it is. I'm not claiming to know what it is, but I can tell you one thing that it's not. Random pixels don't arrange themselves in these type of intricate patterns. Not a chance. Whatever we're looking at here, it's more like revealing electronics and or mechanics within the moon. From a RFB video. And now we will watch part 3. And this one, it's not going to play the full thing. So I'm going to try and run it sideways so we at least get full screen. Because it doesn't really matter if it's vertical. That's the moon, the original moon shot. And on the way out, I show you the steps along the way. This is that computer chip thing we were looking at with the ridges. All these repetitive patterns